Good morning and welcome to Good morning and welcome to Brewing Happiness. Grab your cup of favorite brew and we're going to chat this morning. Love to get up and have a conversation over a cup of coffee, right? All about leading to a happier day. And I'm doing my new chat for a second with myself to see before we make sure the announcements go out and any joiners jump on. But this morning, well, we started off the week talking about crying. If you remember, if you were here on Monday, we had a whole show all about crying. So today, I thought we'd bookend the week and end it with talking about laughing. Laughter. Laughter truly is the best medicine. And as it turns out, seems like science is still struggling to explain exactly what makes people laugh. So comedy, humor, different for people. It's complex. It includes not just a slapstick, but a little bit of context. Requires a little bit of intelligence. So though we all know what humor is, the dictionary describes it as the quality of being amusing. So, it's a little bit of a circular reference. It goes anywhere from a wry smile to a giant guffaw. And humor, well, things that make us laugh can be conveyed in words, actions, pictures, skits, plays. It can go from sarcasm to innocent jokes to slapstick to double entendre. There are tons of things that make us laugh, right? It's a natural emotion, part of our emotion, right? It turns out we laugh about 5 times for every 10 minutes of conversation. Well, if it's a good conversation, right? You are up to, this is really interesting, 30 times more likely to laugh when we are with other people than when we are alone. So laughter is definitely a social, interactive activity. We may laugh when we're alone, but hardly. I mean, you could laugh on your own. I've seen comedy so funny that I sat on the couch and laughed out loud to myself. But it's not usual, right? Usually we're laughing in a group of people. And 80% of our laughter happens not when we're at the comedy club, right? But just in everyday situations, just in our normal life. Now, Robert Provine, he's a neurobiologist who made it his life work to study laughter. And he did an experiment. He went to shopping malls and he listened to people's conversation. He just eavesdropped, right, to over 1,200 conversations. He paid attention to who was speaking, who was listening, the gender of the people, just some basic facts. And here's what he found out. He found that the speaker laughs 45% more often than the listener, right? We can make ourselves laugh. He found that women laughed more often than men. This was consistent across multiple studies. Women laugh more often than men. And what he also found, though, was the response to the speaker depended on the gender of the speaker. We laughed more at men than at women. Look at the comedians. What's the percentage of male comedians to female comedians? This all makes perfect sense, right? But we laugh at men when both male and female, all of us, we all laughed at men more, not just the men. We all laughed at men more. And they also noted that, this is interesting, the laughter was very, very rarely interrupted the speaker. We very rarely laugh so much that we interrupt the speaker. It more often came at the end of the sentence or the end of the story, like a punctuation mark, which shows us that it's a social response, right? That it is something that we do have control of. But it is something that happens in groups. Have you ever been to a comedy club and your face hurts when you leave? You're laughing so hard from the beginning to end. You're laughing, and you know what? Probably not going to have that same amount of laughter if you're sitting at home on the couch with your spouse watching this on Netflix, because something about the room full of people. Giggles are contagious. Energy is electric. It's charged. It fills the room. You are infected by it. You can't help but be infected in a room full of laughing people. Try to sit in a room full of laughing people and not laugh. It's next to impossible. Sure, we laugh at jokes, but most of the time We're just laughing at our lives, at normal social interactions. Now, Sophie Scott, she's a scientist at the University College in London, and she's also done considerable research on laughter. And she says most of the laughter that we produce we can produce two kinds of laughter, right? Most of it is not involuntary. There's voluntary laughter and there's spontaneous laughter. Now, voluntary laughter, that's our social skill, right? That's when you laugh politely when your friend tells a joke or your boss tells a joke, right? That's when you laugh because it is an appropriate time to laugh in the conversation. But there's spontaneous laughter. This usually happens after something really funny happens right in front of you, right? Your dog falls down and does something silly. This is where you're laughing spontaneously. And here's what's interesting. Each of these laughter, spontaneous and voluntary, utilizes a different part of the brain, right? So, good morning, Debbie. Welcome to Brewing Happiness. This morning we are talking laughter is the best medicine, and we're going to get to that part, right? So voluntary laughter shows activity in the frontal, the motor areas of our brain. It's like a muscle, right? It's something that we control. Spontaneous laughter includes activity deep in the structure in the hypothalamus. That's what regulates our physiological processes like our heart rate and our breathing and things, our physical systems. So spontaneous laughter is happening in the primitive survival part of the brain. Voluntary laughter is happening in the conversation, motor skills part of the brain. And electrical stimulation studies show that laughter in the brain activity in the pregenital anterior cingulate cortex for more emotional laughter. So, no surprise, right? Emotional laughter is found in an emotional part of our brain. And the frontal operculum. Not sure what that is. For voluntary laughter. It also includes parts of the limbic system. Now, the limbic system is a primitive part of the brain. Again, it's involved in emotions and necessary functions. Two structures in the limbic system are involved with laughter: the amygdala and the hippocampus. And the common thread of all these different parts of our brain that are activated when we laugh is that they are related to the brain parts that play a critical role in our social actions and emotional awareness. So, stop for a sip of coffee. So, we know that it involves multiple areas of the brain, right? We get, and it seems that it's very helpful. Laughter is so helpful for us. It helps us in ways because it turns all those systems together, makes them all work together. This strengthens neural connections, and it really helps a healthy brain coordinate all the activity, right? So laughter, think of it as exercise for your brain. So humans seem to be tuned into laughter like a bird is tuned into his song, right? In a songbird, certain nerve cells in his head fire off in response to his song. He sings and the nerve cells go off and he gets some pleasure activity, so he sings some more, right? And humans seem to have specialized nerve cells like the birds that respond to their song that respond to laughter. We are hardwired to respond to laughter. Because face it, laughter is really just specialized vocalization, right? It's really just communication. And we are all tuned in to respond to vocalization in language. Laughter has, like language does, laughter has tones. There are different kinds of it. It can have different inflections. Everyone has a unique laugh. So it's just another form of vocalization. It's just more fun. Now, laughter in response to funny events, okay, spontaneous laughter is actually requiring a lot of work in your brain. It goes on multiple parts of the brain that control motor functions, emotional, cognitive, and social processing. Like I said, exercise for the brain. And you can laugh on you can laugh on command. Try it. It's easy. It's fun. You can just, when you're in a bad mood, did you know if you can muster it up to get that If you can remember what it feels like to laugh physically, it's kind of like well, this comes later in the show, so I'm getting ahead of myself here. But laughing is not just for humans. Okay, chimpanzees. Chimpanzees have similar patterns. They use controlled laughing and spontaneous laughing with other chimps. Okay, and while playing, they both laugh as a social response to be polite to their friends who do something funny, and spontaneously when the whole team is laughing and something funny happens. Right? It's been observed that the more chimpanzees laugh together, the longer they play together, especially when that laughter is social, not spontaneous, especially when they're working hard to make their friends feel good by laughing along with them. They form a bond and they play longer. In an experiment in 2019, researchers tested whether hearing laughter after a joke would make it funnier. Basically, would you laugh more at a joke that someone else was laughing at? Basically, they were testing the good old laugh track, right? The laugh track that were found in comedy shows since we were kids. And people in the study rated the jokes that were followed by laughter as, surprise, funnier than those that were followed by silence. Of course they do. Laughter is a social response. We already know that. In fact, laughter may be more driven by the social situation than by the actual contents of the joke. Oh, and here, by the way, they found that spontaneous laughter on the track amplified the ratings far more than voluntary laughter. We can tell the difference, right? We know the difference between social laughter and spontaneous laughter. But laughter is infectious. And those that find it infectious, those that are the best at telling apart spontaneous laughter from voluntary laughter are also, I lost my place. Anyway, what they found is that the more you can tell the difference, the more laughter is infectious. The more you know when you're laughing spontaneously versus laughing at a forced, it's more infectious. It's infectious. Researchers recently compared laughter sensitivity in 21 countries across 6 continents and found the judgments of can you tell the difference between social laughter and spontaneous laughter pretty universal across all peoples, right? Everyone can distinguish spontaneous laughter from voluntary laughter. We just can't. We know. Now, it's hard to think. You can't really think to yourself, okay, I'm going to stop laughing now. Because when you're when you're in the middle of a big, strong laugh, that's all you can think about is laughing. Right? And that's all you think about. And the more we laugh, the more we want to laugh. It's like being primed. It's like the pump being primed by laughter. The more we laugh, the easier it is to laugh some more. That's why a comedian never wants to perform to a cold audience, right? He wants a warmed up audience because get them a little bit laughing, get people laughing, and they want to, and they naturally respond by laughing more and more and more. So, laughter. Who doesn't love a little laughter in their life, right? This is what we're after, is a little more laughter in our own. It's also really not clear. This is where the science is vague. Why we laugh at certain words or scenes, right? There's a lot of theories. Like the material is funny when it goes someplace unexpected. That's the theory of comedy that's the theory of comedy, right? Is to say the unexpected, talk about something and then insert something that the person didn't expect to be the follow-up. And that's what we laugh at, right? Well, nothing's funny every time in every place because it turns out that the context, the setting, everything else going around just as important as the specific content of the joke. We laugh for some really unfunny reasons too, right? We laugh when we're nervous. Sometimes people laugh when they're nervous. You know, everyone's heard of nervous laughter. We laugh to cover up stress, or maybe to cover up an embarrassing moment. You know, sometimes we just can't react in the moment like we want to. You can't blow up in anger. You can't cry in embarrassment. So sometimes laughter is an acceptable social mask, right? It's part of the way we represent. But it turns out that laughter is not just for fun, right? Not just something we do because it feels good. Although it does feel good and we like to do it. But when we activate the neural pathways of emotions like joy and mirth, things that lead to laughter, right? It can improve your mood. It can help you respond to stress. And actually, laughing helps control the brain levels of serotonin. And this is what the antidepressants do. Laughter is using the same science as an antidepressant to lift your mood. And by the way, laughter, like I said, not for dummies, requires a certain amount of cognitive power, social intelligence, working memory. Usually need to resolve that twist of the unusual, right? Words or behavior. You have to infer the emotions of others and understand their perspectives. You need to be able to see the lighter side of things. You are using cognitive and social skills when you monitor conversations and laugh appropriately. Who knew there was so much going on in the middle of laughter, right? Well, turns out that laughter is not just about sound. Deaf signers punctuate. There's a sign for laughter. They laugh with their hands in their signing because it's like an emoticon in text, right? It's like a little punctuation of laughter in written text, because laughter is not about the sound. It's a physical response in our body, and chuckles and it creates a bond. Laughter, when you laugh with people, it creates a bond and an intimacy with others, just like the chimpanzees. We are just like those chimpanzees. The more we laugh with people, the more we want to hang out with them, the stronger our bond is. And, truthfully, chuckles, belly laughs don't happen a lot when you're alone, right? But they happen in social settings, when you're with other people. Laughter creates positive emotions that help us live meaningful lives, right? Amusement, happiness, mirth, joy, they all build resiliency. They increase our creative abilities. And health benefits. Okay, let's talk about health benefits. Yes. Studies show that laughter can help relieve pain, bring more happiness, and increase immunity, right? Positive psychology names the propensity for laughter and a sense of humor as one of the 24 main signature strengths that a person can possess. It's that important. It's on the list of things you need to survive and have a successful and happy life. Laughter reduces the stress hormone called cortisol. We know how destructive that cortisol can be in our system. So laughter helps you reduce it. It can it helps you not just reduce cortisol, epinephrine, adrenaline, and again increases the levels of endorphins. It also increases the number of antibody producing cells working for the effect. The antibody producing cells, and these help you have effective T cells, which produce in turn, the long-term effect is stronger immune system. The more you laugh, the better your immune, or the more help you. I won't say the more you laugh, the more your immune system. I'm no doctor, but the more you laugh, the more you're helping your immune system. Let's say it that way. And you get it's like I said, we started the week off talking about crying and the benefits of a good cry and the letdown and reset. And turns out a good laugh is exactly the same thing. You get the same letdown as you get with the good cry. It's just more fun, right? Laughter relaxes your whole body. And it actually leaves your muscles. You have a good laughing jag, you watch a show and you get a good hearty belly laugh. It actually relaxes your muscle and leaves them relaxed for 45 minutes, up to 45 minutes after the laugh is over, right? Laughter gives your whole body an internal workout, right? A belly laugh expands the diaphragm, contracts your abs, even works out your shoulders. It's a body workout. Who doesn't want to work out with a good long laugh, right? It's also a great workout for your heart. And as it turns out, when you're laughing, we're gulping in lots of large portions of air. We're oxygen. I even did my warm-up exercises this morning. Oxygenating the blood. Nothing works faster and more dependable to bring your mind and body back to your center, right? Back into balance than a good laugh. That's right. There is just nothing better for you than a good laugh. Humor and laughter lightens your burden, inspires hope, releases anger, even encourages forgiveness. So, laughter is a great distraction, right? It's a distraction from stress, anger, and guilt, all the negative emotions. It's hard to feel those things when you're laughing. It can change your perspective. You can take an angry moment, right? A moment where someone has said something, and it can be an angry moment or an awkward moment, and someone says something funny, and it just kind of lets the steam out of the situation, right? It's just a little get out of jail free card for everybody too. Instead of all engaging in those emotions, let's just have a quick laugh, and we can all let this go. So, what can you say? Laughter connects us with others. Just smiling is a connection, right? We've talked about smiling. Just smiling is a connection. We'll add laughter, and it's amplified. The more you laugh, the more the others around you laugh. When you start adding laughter to your life and bringing it to your life and to the people around you, you're going to be encouraging through that bond, through that energy, through that infectiousness of laughter. You're going to be encouraging them to laugh more and inviting them to invite some joy and mirth and merriment into their lives. So, think of laughter as a mental health tool, right? It's a stress reducer. It's free, and it's so easy to get. So, go to a funny movie. Go to a comedy club with your friends. Have friends over for a game night, right? I tell you, I don't know about you. My family plays games, and it is raucous. We laugh constantly at our games. Making time for fun is an important health habit. It's just as important as making time for exercise or eating healthy, right? Making time for humor and joy in your life. Part of the package. Look for the humor in your life. Do you have a hard day? Do you have a really hard day full of a lot of obstacles? Probably pretty funny stuff if you think about it from a different perspective. There's probably some great stories in there that you can tell. There is probably, face it, comedy comes from pain. A day full of pain is a day full of comedy. So look for the humor in your life. If something is so frustrating or so depressing, chances are it's so ridiculous you can laugh at it. Learning to do that early in the situation versus later in the situation, right, can save you a lot of unhappy moments. Learn to laugh at things instead of getting sucked into the roil of resentment and unhappiness, right? Learn to laugh about it. Approach life looking for the funny. And here's a secret. Okay, pro tip, secret. Fake laughter, our social laughter, our just as good for you as spontaneous laughter, right? All those greatness we talked about for your body, all that stress reduction, all that physical workout, all that muscle relaxation. Your body doesn't know the difference between a real laugh and a fake one. So, another one of those fake it till you make it moments, because merriment, acting happy, laughing usually leads you to real smiles and real laughter, right? Studies show children laugh as much as 400 times a day. Adults, about 15. What happens, right? Where children will laugh all the time because it's natural, because it's the natural response to life going on around you, because it's joyful and it fills us with feeling good and makes us want more joyful mirth, happiness, joy in our lives. But we get to be adults. We grow up and we get so serious about life, right? And I haven't seen a graph, but I'll bet you the curve of or the graph of how much we laugh in our life is a downward line that says the older, inversely proportionate to our age, until we get to be old and silly again, start laughing again. But life is serious. We get busy. We just forget to laugh. So how do you get more laughter? How do you get some more laughter in your life? Well, one, set the intention. I'm going to laugh more, right? We talk about happiness awareness. You're going to get happier when you become more aware of your own happiness. Well, laughter awareness works the same way. You're going to laugh more when you're set the intention and pay attention to it. Setting a goal to laugh, again, just as important as setting a goal to exercise, setting a goal to eat right. Tell yourself, I will laugh more. I plan to laugh more today. Include laughter in your in your morning routine. Get you a joke of the day calendar, right? Or maybe put a little time into your morning routine to visit your favorite comedy site and see what the latest great meme is out there. Or make it a point to find something funny in your day to start off your day with a little bit of laughter. Even if it's a fake laughter. Even if you just take a moment to make yourself laugh. It's easy. You can do it. Does it sound silly? Does it sound fake? No, it's fun. It's laughing. Laughing, laughing, laughing. Make it a point to laugh. Smile more. Start by smiling more, right? Sure, smiling's not laughing, but smiling's still got a lot of good stuff all by itself and brings a lot of benefits. And when you smile, right, happy changes are already taking place both internally and externally. People respond to you in a happier way when you are smiling. Your body it's like warming up the audience. The smile, having a smile on your face and a smiling countenance inside of your head, that's like the warm up to happiness, right? Or to laughter. It's like a warm audience at the comedy club. Already got a little something going on. Juices are already flowing a little bit. It's a shorter step straight to laughter from there. Think of smiling as your warm up for laughing. Read the funnies. Read the funny papers. Right? Find some funny around you. Make friends with a funny person. Everybody knows somebody that's really funny, right? Some people just naturally funny. They got a wacky outlook on life. They're good with the one-liners. They have a wry sense of humor. You know somebody like that. Well, buddy up. Hang out with that person. Watch some stand-up. Who's your favorite comedian? Everybody's got a favorite. There's thousands of comedians out there. And these days they're all on Netflix, right? So find a comedian that really gets you or that you really resonate with, who sounds like they're speaking directly to you and every word out of their mouth, just you can't help but laugh. Find that person. Follow them. Watch them on TV. Follow them on Twitter. Follow them on Instagram, right? There's your funny friend if you can't find one. Watch comedy on TV. What's your favorite sitcom, right? Find your favorite show and the one that makes you laugh and watch it. Hang out with kids. Kids are hilarious. I got 14 grandkids and I laugh all the time with them because they're wacky. They're just super silly and they say crazy things and they're fun. They're hilarious. Hang out with your pet. I don't know what you. I got 2 little dogs. They do something silly every day. I laugh at them every day. They're goofy. They turn their head and look at you. They're sweet, right? They make me laugh. Try not to be too serious too often, right? There's a time and a place for being serious. Nobody can laugh through life 100% of the time. We're not here to talk about that. But at the same time, if you don't have to be serious, why would you? If the situation can be lightened, if laughter is appropriate, then it's better to do it with whatever you're doing. Better to do it with laughter than without. Try something new. Maybe you try something new, something physical, something you're not good at, and you could laugh at yourself. I started taking salsa dancing lessons, and do you know me? I'm not that coordinated, and it's a very coordinated dance with a lot of there's not a lot of steps. We do the same step over and over again, but it's fast. It's very fast. I laughed so hard. I tripped. I even fell. It was fun. Fun, fun, fun. I'm looking forward to the day when I do it well enough not to laugh at myself. Start a Pinterest board or a scrapbook, right, of funny things. Keep a list of funny things the kids say. You're not going to remember. You think you'll remember those years from now? We're not going to remember them, so write them down. Write them down. Save your favorite cartoons or silly pictures. Put a picture of your favorite comedian up near your desk just to smile and get a little happy when you think about it. Even if think about the jokes he tells, even if you're not hearing them, right? Collect funny jokes or quotes. Put them on a bulletin board or a wipe-off board. I used to have a quote board in my office, or I should say in my cube, when I was in corporate America, and I would write funny quotes on it every day. I had a book of quotes, funny quotes, and I would change the quote every day. People would come by my desk every day. My coworkers complained how social my desk was, but everybody came by to see what the joke of the day or the funny of the day was. The funny quote of the day was, right? Do more of anything that makes you laugh. That's the bottom line. Whatever makes you laugh, do more of it. Make a family joke jar. Right? Everybody gets their favorite 3 jokes and writes down their jokes, and you throw them in a jar. And then every night before dinner, or when the family's sitting around with nothing to do, or when you need a lightning of the moment, you reach in that joke jar and read a joke. You'll laugh together. It doesn't matter what the joke is. Again, you're not laughing. You're laughing at the context. You're laughing at the situation. You're not necessarily laughing at how funny the joke is. You want to have some fun? Have a 10-year-old tell you some jokes. Find a 10-year-old and ask them their favorite joke. Okay, and finally, laughter meditation. Laughter and meditation don't seem like they go together, right? Meditation is all quiet and peaceful, and laughter is raucous and loud. But laughter meditation. So find a comfortable place to sit. Bring all your attention to your breath and release all the tension from your body. Sounds like regular meditation, right? Then bring an image of something you find really funny. Remember a joke. Remember an image. And feel the laughter physically in your body. You don't have to actually laugh. Just feel it. Feel the physical laughter feeling you get when you laugh, right? And feel that feeling make that feeling spread. It starts right here. I feel it. When I think about it, as we're talking, I can feel it right here. What is that? I just imagine my shoulders here. When I think of laughter, I think of my shoulders laughing like that, right? Take that feeling and spread it from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes and let it infuse every cell of your body. Keep the funny thoughts coming as long as you can. And then one more thing that I plan to try, haven't yet, is laughing yoga. It's a new thing. It was started in 1995 by a doctor in India who says that the benefits of laughter are so incredible that she created yoga, which is a series of movements, right, and postures that recreate the benefits of laughing, that have you laughing just like I did, right, spontaneously or socially, voluntarily, having you laughing, but intently, purposefully, to bring about those health benefits. Find you some laughing yoga. So that's the bottom line. Laughter really is the best medicine. It is available, it's free, and by the way, it's a lot of fun. Oh, Debbie says they have laughing yoga in Laguna every day on the main beach. I need to go. Laughing yoga. How much fun. I had a good time just sitting here. I had a debate with myself this morning as I was thinking about talking about laughing, about producing some laughter, right? About just doing some laughing. And you know what? It didn't feel stupid. Maybe it looked stupid. I don't know. But it felt fun. I can't. My face is in a big smile that I'm having trouble getting rid of. So I think laughter therapy. Just laugh. You don't need a reason. Just make yourself laugh for something and see if it doesn't lift your spirits. Because, like a lot of things, the body starts and the mind follows. We're so interconnected that when your body physically makes the sound and the movements and the brain activity of laughing, your brain, again, we're back to the force, good or evil, doesn't know if it's happening for real or just happening in your brain, right? Your brain says, oh, laughter, time to get happy. Doesn't know that you made the laughter happy. So that's our show for today. I hope you have a laughing weekend. I hope you this has made you think about laughing and makes you think about looking for times and opportunities to laugh, or maybe creating those opportunities for laughter in your own life. So laughter really is the best medicine, is the story at the end of the day. So have a wonderful weekend, and until Monday, make it a happy day.